Hey yo, welcome to the channel for Man City versus Brighton best 11 combined. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel, show me love, like this video and put on the notification bell. Anytime I release a video, you may be one of the first people to be notified. Without wasting much of your time, let's get into it one time. Before I start this video, let me make this disclaimer. This lineup that I'm using are their previous games. The lineup they used for their previous game. This was between Man City versus Arsenal and Brighton versus Liverpool. These were their lineup they used for that game. We are going with the traditional 4-3-3 formation, and this is the standard formation for this type video. Yes, so let's begin with the goalkeepers in post. We have Ederson for Manchester City and Verbruggen for Brighton. And going to this game so far, Ederson has kept 3 clean sheets in 8 Premier League games, and so far so good too with Verbruggen. He has also played 4 Premier League games with 0 clean sheets. And going to this, I think to choose between Ederson and this goalkeeper, I think Ederson is a world-class goalkeeper and there's no need to even compare these two. So let's take him post with Ederson. Ederson is the goalkeeper for this lineup. Moving on to the 2 centre-backs for Man City, we have Ruben Dias and Nathan Ake. And with Brighton too, they have Dunk and Igor. These two are the 2 centre-backs for Brighton. And in this video, we are building a formidable team, a strong team. So to go with experience and physicality, so I think Ruben Dias is far ahead of Igor, and with Nathan Ake and Dunk, that's where the problem lies. But to choose, I think I like his leadership on the field of play. So to choose between Nathan Ake, I'll go for Dunk over Nathan Ake. So the 2 centre backs are Ruben Dias and Dunk. They are the 2 centre backs in this video. Then moving on to the left back position, we have Gvardiol for Manchester City, which is an inverted left back for Manchester City. And with Brighton too, we have Joao Veltman. These two are 2 different profile players. One is a traditional left back, which is Joao Veltman, and we are building a formidable team. So with this, we are going with a player which is on form, which is delivering. But so far so good. Looking at their statistics, I think we are going for Gvardiol over Veltman. Yes, moving on to the right back position, we have Kyle Walker for Manchester City and Solomon. He is a midfielder. Let's get it right here. He is a midfielder, but he has been forced because of injury crisis. He is the one playing as the right back for Brighton in their game against Liverpool. So going to this game, I think to choose between Kyle Walker and somebody who has been forced to play a right back position, which is Solomon, I think it is better let's stick on the board with Kyle Walker, who is a natural right back in this video. So let's go. We are sticking on the ball, Kyle Walker. Moving on to the DM position, which is the number 6 position, and we have Lewis for Manchester City and we have Baleba for Brighton. With these two, one is a traditional DM, which is Baleba. In this video, we are building a formidable team, and to play with Baleba, if I look at Baleba, he's like Moses Caicedo, Deccan Rice. That's that kind of vibe I get from Baleba. To choose between Lewis and Baleba, I think I'm sticking on the board with Baleba. So in our midfield pivot, we have Baleba. Moving on to the number 8 position, and for Manchester City, we have Kovacic for Manchester City, and we have Pascal for Brighton. I think with these two, they are all good. Kovacic has experience in the Premier League, even in his days in Chelsea, and even way back to Real Madrid, Chelsea, and now in Man City. He's an experienced player, but I think in this video we are going with a player which is on form. And looking at Pascal this season, so far this season he has 2 goals contribution, and from somebody like him, I think it's better we stick him on the board. So between Kovacic and Pascal I think I'm going for Pascal over Kovacic. Yes, and moving on to the number 10 role, which is the CDM. We have Alvarez for Man City, and we have Joao Pedro for Brighton. All these two players are all attacking players. They are all forward, center forward. But in this video, I think because of injury crisis and things, they are being forced to play this role. And for Alvarez and Joao Pedro, we all know this season so far, Alvarez had 6 goals contribution, 3 goals, 3 assists, and I think it's fantastic for a player of his caliber who is even being forced to play a number 10 role. I think he has done well this season. So to choose between Alvarez and Joao Pedro, I think I'm sticking on the board with Alvarez. Yes, moving on to the right wing, we have Phil Foden for Manchester City, and we have Adingra for Brighton. With these two, we all know so far this season, Phil Foden has 4 goals contribution compared to 2 goals contribution from Adingra. I think Adingra is good. I'm not saying he's bad. Don't get me wrong, he's good, but with Phil Foden, we all know Phil Foden is a world-class player. He's world drilled with this position, so I think it is better for us to stick on the board with Phil Foden. So to choose between Adingra and Phil Foden, I think let's stick on the board with Phil Foden. Yes, and moving on to the left wing position, we have Bernardo Silva for Manchester City, and we have Mitoma for Brighton. With these two, everybody will say, no, let's go straight for Bernardo Silva. But in this video, I'm saying no. Looking at Mitoma this season, so far so good. 6 goals contribution from Mitoma, and playing for a club like Brighton, I think it's a world class. So to choose between Bernardo Silva and Mitoma for the number 11 position, I think it's better for me to stick on the board. I know most of you would disagree. Bernardo Silva is an experienced player. He has so many things to offer on the field. But with Mitoma this season, he is on form. So I think I'm going with Mitoma. So moving on to the number 9 attacking phase, which we have the almighty Erling Haaland for Manchester City, and we have Ivan Furguson for Brighton. So good, 8 games in the season, he has 4 goals, and with Erling Haaland, we all know he's the almighty. 9 goals contributions in 8 Premier League games. So far so good. Despite people are judging that with the absence of KDB, he's not performing, he's not delivering. But I think Erling Haaland on a good day is Erling Haaland. He does what he do, and he's just good. So sticking on the board, I think there's no competition here. So let's stick on the board with Erling Haaland as the number 9 attacking threat. Yes, so these are my best 11 combined. Man City versus Brighton. And in post we have Ederson, and our 2 center backs we have Dunk and Ruben Diaz, and the left back is Gvardiol. Right back we have Kyle Walker, and the 2 pivots in the midfield we have Pascal and Baleba, and the number 10 man is Alvarez. On the left wing we have Mitoma. On the right wing too we have Phil Foden, and Erling Haaland is our main man at the front there. These were the lineup. If you're new and subscribe to the channel, put on the notification bell. Anytime I release the video, you may be one of the first people to be notified. I know in my previous video I did Chelsea versus Arsenal best 11 combined. I got cooked in my comment section, and I know most of you were disagreeing with me, but with this video I think let me know your lineup, your possible best 11 combined between Man City versus Brighton. Without wasting much of your time, till we meet in next video. Bye bye for now.